Hey guys, it's Jedi Lex, and this past weekend I attended Megacon 2024 in Orlando on Saturday and Sunday. In this video, I'm going to take you through my experience on Sunday and everything that I did while I was at the convention. I started my day at the Clone Wars reunion panel, and I'll show a few of my favorite clips from this panel here in a second, but if you're interested in more highlights, I did post a separate video for this panel, which I will add the link down in the description, as well as a clickable link in the top right corner.
I want to believe there's good, but I don't know. He was just so clouded at that moment that it might have been baiting her. Sorry. Honored that some of the Clone Wars material is now being used to shape that character for the future. So, as a contribution of that, that's really an honor to be helping shape the character for what's to come for Anakin. Hopefully, we see more of that character. I would love that. But yeah, so in the next 15 years, I love that the Clone Wars filled in so many gaps for so many people on a character level, on a story level, and all kinds of stuff. So,
what many of you might not realize, and I didn't realize at first, is that Ahsoka is meant to be the eyes of the audience. So you are meant to experience the Clone Wars through Ahsoka's eyes. And that's why we all feel so connected to her. Because as we're watching this war play out, we're seeing loss, we're seeing failure, we're seeing hope, we're grieving with Ahsoka, through her eyes. And so that's why there's such a deep emotional connection, and that's also why I say Ahsoka lives in all of us now, because it has been an entire generation, and we feel fortunate that Clone Wars has been the Star Wars for an entire generation, because really, the lessons that we learn from Star Wars are so beautiful.
After that, I got in line to get an autograph and photo op with Iman, who plays Ezra in the Ahsoka series, and was able to catch a glimpse of some other actors while I was standing in line. Honestly, he is such a sweetheart, and I think he did a phenomenal job transitioning Ezra's character from the animated series to live action. I then went to the Join the Fallen Order panel with Cameron or Cal Kestis, which again, I will show a few of my favorite clips from this panel here in a second, and if you're interested in more highlights, I did post a separate video for this panel, which I will add the link down in the description, as well as a clickable link in the top right corner.
The original releases of Star Wars, the ones that had the Darth Vader on the box. I'm sure some people here are familiar, the older people. A history and a following. It's always, it's a big deal. And all you really want to do is respect it, and then also try to find something new to bring as well. I think that you have to look at something and make sure that you're not following it like a Bible, because at the end of the day, a character is a human being, and every human being is going to be a little bit different. So it's like, I don't think of Cal as a Jedi. I think of Cal as a person first and foremost, and everything beyond that is a part of him, absolutely, and important to him, but it's not necessarily encapsulating him. I think that if it made sense and it was adding something to the story that we were trying to tell, then absolutely. But I'm not here to just kind of show up just to show up. I want to be able to do something special with it. So if we were to do it, then I hope it would be up to the standard that we are trying to set with the games as well. The new form, which was the blaster stance, and the blaster in one hand and the saber in the other. And I like that one because it is not only really cool from a gameplay perspective, but it's also a story thing too. Both gives him that blaster, so that's kind of a cool thing that has some significance. So whenever I play it, I always like to play that style.
I then finally made my way to the convention floor, and it was definitely not as busy as it was on Saturday, so I was actually able to walk around and look at what the vendors had. I started in the artist alley and was able to see some amazing Star Wars prints of all different kinds that were honestly just so cool. Then I left the artist alley and went over to where all the other vendors were, and I was able to see some mystery boxes, these light up Lego lightsabers, which were so dope, a few older Lego sets, as well as some Funko Pops. I then went back to the 501st area so that way I could really take in everything that this community zone has to offer. Honestly, it was absolutely so amazing what they're able to do at these conventions, and they really make you feel like you've been transported into various different Star Wars worlds or even movie moments. They even had this really cool cantina setup which they allow people to line up for so that way they could take photos and videos inside, so of course I had to get one. I then ended my day with a photo op with my favorite Star Wars actor who plays my favorite character that I've idolized since I was a little girl, which left me utterly speechless and so emotional. On day 2, I was able to get some stickers from my boys Star Wars Sith and Pop the Bounty Collector, the autograph and photo with Iman, a poster from the Clone Wars panel, and a printed out photo of me and Hayden. Overall, the 2 days that I spent at Megacon were absolutely amazing and so memorable. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, as well as subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, or even click to watch one of my other videos, and may the Force be with you.